Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Super Mayhem, the brand new changes and updates, and not only that, discussing some compositions and teams that you guys can use to climb up the overall ranks. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Right in, ladies and gentlemen, as we covered in a previous video talking about the patch notes, they actually dropped via the May 27th update some changes for the brand new Super Mayhem. As you can see, this time around, your Team 1 will battle the opponent's Team 1, and regardless of the outcome, your Team 2 will battle the opponent's Team 2. There will be up to 3 rounds, and depending on the number of wins, if you win 2 rounds in a row, you have won the overall battle. So essentially here, it just comes down to whoever gets 2 wins over the 3 matches will then claim victory. Your Team 1 will battle their Team 1, your Team 2 will battle their Team 2, and last but not least, your Team 3 will battle their Team 3. And then also one of the additional changes, and that's going to be they added the Grandmaster tier to the overall Super Mayhem. Alrighty, so officially diving in here to the Super Mayhem Paladin's Oath, you can see we've got 15 days left on the overall timer. And if you guys were curious about the overall rewards and why it's important to run Super Mayhem, check this out for the overall season. Just like with the arena, based on your overall rank, where you land when the season does come to a close, you're going to be getting additional amounts of crystals, medals, and then obviously at the Grandmaster tier, some additional rainbow cubes. And then alongside your individual rank here, also for your guild's rank, you're going to be getting some additional crystals and medals. So absolutely make sure you're getting in here and grinding out this game mode. We've got 15 days left. No matter the level or status of your account, if you're a new player, you've got low-level cookies, it doesn't make a difference. Push as far as you possibly can before the season ends, because again, it's just free resources. Alrighty, so then officially diving in here to some team compositions that you guys can absolutely use. If you don't already know here, you can only utilize each cookie 1 time across all 3 teams, and that's what really makes setting up your teams kind of challenging for the Super Mayhem. Starting off here with the 3 different team compositions that I'm going to be personally utilizing to climb up the overall ranks in the remaining 15 days. We're going to start off with my team number 1. My team number 1 here is going to be running Dark Cacao, Wildberry Cookie, Maddie Cookie, and then we've also got Caramel Arrow, and last but not least, Pomegranate. For all 3 of our treasures, we're going to be utilizing the Old Pilgrim Scroll, the Robe, and then also the Scythe. And now this composition is going to be a very popular one. You probably have seen this from last season, but nevertheless, it's still a very viable, team to run in the arena alongside also now Super Mayhem. And then as far as overall toppings go for this team, we're going to be running Wildberry Cookie on a full solid almond build. Again, just trying to maximize the overall damage resistance. Next one we've got, and that's going to be Dark Cacao, again running a full solid almonds. We're focusing on as much damage resistance as we can to increase their survivability. Third, we've got here again on solid almonds. I feel like I can't say that enough. It's just solid almonds. Again, focusing on as much damage resistance as we possibly can get. However, with Maddie here, along with Caramel Arrow, we want to focus on making sure them 2 have the highest amount of attack speed so they get the buff from the Robe treasure. Next up, we're going to be running Caramel Arrow. However, Caramel Arrow, we are going to be running on a full apple jelly, or aka a crit %, because we are utilizing Pomegranate. Pomegranate provides that additional attack buff alongside the, Old Pilgrim Scroll treasures attack buff. So running, Caramel Arrow on a full Searing Raspberry might not be the best option to achieve higher, DPS. That's why we're going to be running the crit %, utilizing this alongside Pomegranate. And then Pomegranate Cookie we've got running here on, again, a full Swift Chocolate set, trying to get as much damage resistance as we possibly can alongside cooldown so she can utilize her skill as often as possible. Alrighty, so then moving on to the team 2 we've got set up here, and that's going to be kind of like a anti-tank summoners hybrid comp. We're going to be running the brand new Crunchy Chip Cookie in the front. We've got Pumpkin Pie and Sorbet in the middle. We've got Herb and Cotton in the rear. As far as the 3 treasures go, we've got the Old Pilgrim Scroll, the Jelly Watch, and also the Pin Cushion. Now, this composition, I absolutely just made this up based on, the anti-tank comp with Pumpkin Pie and Sorbet. Because we're going to be utilizing this team to go up against tank-heavy teams, I thought, why not make it a hybrid even more? Put a little bit of like summoners aspect to it, throw in the pin cushion. We're going to try out the brand new Crunchy Chip Cookie. Alrighty, so then take a look at toppings here for this team 2. We've got Crunchy Chip running a full solid almond set. Again, just trying to maximize out on the damage resistance. A little bit of crit %, obviously is going to be very good for additional damage provided by Crunchy Chip, but nevertheless, whole goal here is just for him to overall survive. The second cookie we've got, that's going to be Sorbet, again running a full solid almond set, even though he is technically a damage dealer. When it comes to the arena or high level, battles, we want to make sure he stays alive. So we're going to be running, again, damage resistance as the main focus, a little bit of cooldown here as well, just so he utilizes his skill, accordingly. Next up, we've got, that's going to be Pumpkin Pie. Going to be running, once again, a full solid almond set, just trying to maximize the overall damage resistance for their survivability. We've got Cotton Cookie running a full Swift Chocolate set. Again, it's literally the exact same set I run for my guild boss because I absolutely never touch Cotton. So we've got 24% here for the overall cooldown, which is good. Not bad, here for Cotton to utilize her skill as often as possible. And then last but not least, we've got, and that's going to be Herb. Once again, running a full Swift Chocolate set. Not just really focusing on anything crazy besides just as much damage resistance as we can pop off and as much cooldown as we can pop off to make sure that he could utilize his cleanse as often as we need it. And then the third composition we've got for you guys, and that's going to be the Ginger Brave Kumi Scam Comp. So now, essentially, we're utilizing the Ginger Brave Kumi Scam Comp for a couple of different reasons. One, obviously, we're limited to the number of times that we can use individual cookies, but two here, because it does a lot of burst damage, and this comp is very good up against, like, single or even double tank comps that is not utilizing Wild Berry Cookie. And then as far as overall toppings go for this team, we're going to be running a full solid almond set here on Ginger Brave, just trying to get as much damage resistance as you can with whatever toppings you have left after your first two teams. Next up, we've got, that's going to be Kumiho. Kumiho is going to be running a full Swift Chocolate set. Ideally, here we have to try to hit 16.7% cooldown, in total. That's including the set bonus. As you can see here, prior to the set bonus, we've got 16.2%. plus the 5% bonus here that is going to put us over that 16.7% that we're looking for. Next one we've got, and that's going to be Eclair. Because we're trying to maximize the damage output, we're going to be running Eclair on a full Searing Raspberry set with as much damage resistance as we can get via substats to just try to make sure that he can survive. Next up we've got, and that's going to be Seaferry, once again running a full Searing Raspberry set. Again, trying to get a little bit of damage resistance as you possibly can, but overall, we're just looking to do as much damage as we can with these damage dealers. Last but not least, we've got, and that's going to be Frost Queen. Again, running a full Searing Raspberry set here. We've got a tiny amount of damage resistance, which isn't going to amount to much, but nevertheless, ideally, we're just looking for as much DPS as we can put out with all these units. Alrighty, so then officially diving into some gameplay here, or some matches, there's a couple of things I want to mention before we dive in. The very first one is going to be, yes, your Team 1 will battle their Team 1, your Team 2 against their Team 2, and then so on. However, though, you can actually still adjust what order your teams are in accordance to the opponents and what they're currently running. So to give you guys an example here, clicking on the team order button in the bottom, and this will give you the ability to move around your teams, all three of them, in accordance to whatever the opponent is running. So to give you guys an example here, you can see that their Team 1 is running a single tank comp. Well, the Kumi Scam is going to be very good against that. So we're going to go ahead and swap that to my first team. So we're going to come here to the team order button. We're going to click the select option, and it's now going to make my Kumi Scam here as my Team 1. So then that way we can obviously destroy their single tank here on their front. Their second team that they're going to be running is going to be a double tank comp. And now because they're running a double tank comp, it's a little bit more tankier. We're going to be utilizing our second team here, aka our Pumpkin Pie and our Sorbet, our anti-tank comp. You can see that here, right here, listed as our second team. We're just going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. And then the third and final one they're going to be running is, again, another single tank combo. But nevertheless, we should have no problem utilizing this team here as the all-4 tank comp to obviously take this one out. Alrighty, so with that being said, we're going to be diving in here to the overall battle. Also, we've got this running on at 2.5 times speed, so it's going to be just blasting through this really fast. Shout out to Dev Sisters, man, for obviously increasing the speed. Absolutely makes a massive difference when it comes to farming this stuff out. But nevertheless, there it is. We got the win easy peasy. And then as far as the damage overall goes, if you guys are curious here, that's going to be the stats from our first run. And then our second team here coming in, we've got, Crunchy Chip at the 1.1 million. And then we've got Cotton down here at a 1.2. Again, that's going to be based on us running the pin cushion. Alrighty, so diving into a second match here we've got for the Super Mayhem. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging. For their Team 1, they're going to be running, again, kind of like that anti-tank, single tank team. And for this, we're just going to go ahead and run our summoners slash, anti-tank comp as well. The reason being is because on their Team 2, they are actually running a scam comp, which is, designed to do a lot of burst damage. So naturally, we want to make sure that we're utilizing our, tankiest, heaviest team we have to soak up as much damage as possible. So that would mean that we're going to be utilizing this team as our team 2. And then their third team they're going to be running, and that's going to be kind of like a speed, meta comp here. And with that, we're just going to try to, do as much burst damage as we can with our scamp comp to hopefully take out these units, really fast. Now, one change here I want to make, and that's going to be on our team 2. Because they are running a scam comp, they're going to be a little bit more squishier as cookies and their overall levels. And with that, we're going to probably not need the Scythe, and instead, because they're going to be doing a lot of burst damage, we might as well swap this over to the Revive Feather in order for us to hopefully, maintain, being alive and on the field. So we're going to go ahead and swap that over on our team 2 to the individual Feather, and now let's dive in and check it out. Alrighty, so officially diving in, again, 2.5 times speed. Things just move by so fast here on the overall run. But like I said, this is going to be a lot more of a challenging opponent here. They're higher on the overall tier. And again, they've got higher level cookies. They've got a couple level 70s that I saw as well. So as you can see here, we did a pretty good job of soaking up that damage. I was impressed. As far as overall damage numbers go, check this out. Okay, so very nice. So our team 1, Crunchy Chip, did 1.5 million. We've got Pumpkin Pie here coming in at a 1.1 million. Then we've also got Cotton down here at a 1 million. Again, we've got that pin cushion, so that's obviously increasing, their attack. The team 2 we've got Wild Berry, well, kind of, even across the board as we would expect with, with a multi, tank comp. And then the third one here we've got, and that's going to be our Kumi scam, which never happened because we obviously got the first 2 wins. Alrighty, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our video for today. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Cookie Run Kingdom related. If you guys have any additional questions, I would invite you to drop a comment down below and also join our Discord. That link is always provided down below in the description. We would love to have you, but with that being said, as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Think.